With Republican Senator from Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn. Welcome back, Senator. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks.
Okay, so we are hearing about this potential hotspot involving the Nashville area as NBC News reports on an unreleased White House report showing that there are spikes within the heartland. They say the top 10 areas recorded surges of 72.4% or greater over a seven-day period compared to the previous week. That's according to some tables produced for the task force by its data and analytics unit. They include Nashville, Tennessee. What is the situation there on the ground, Senator?
Shannon, I have to tell you, Tennessee is doing very well. When it comes to opening up, when you look at the 15,000 cases, a little over half have recovered. And we also know with some of these heat maps and the tracking of cell phone data, things of that nature, you get into some privacy concerns. I haven't looked at all of the metrics and analytics on this report, but I would just look at some of the results that we are seeing from the testing. We're leading the way. Harvard had a study out that said Tennessee was one of the best at testing. People in Tennessee are smart. They're paying attention. They want to open their businesses. They want to go back to work. They want to do this right.
So a couple of senators today brought up this idea of testing in the hearing that was virtual with Drs. Fauci and others. From both sides of the aisle, here are a couple of senators weighing in about where we are with testing.
I find our testing record nothing to celebrate whatsoever.
We need dramatically more testing. It is unacceptable we still don't have a national strategic plan to make sure testing is free, fast, and everywhere.
All right, so Senator, we continue to hear, and the president had a big event this week talking about rolling out the testing, how it's ramped up, how we can do millions more tests in the coming weeks and months. And then on the other side, we hear from folks on Capitol Hill that it's not the truth. What's your take on where we are?
I think that where we are is finding a way to get people more or less sorted out as to whether they are positive or negative or have antibodies and be able to figure that out. But Shannon, the most important thing, you look at this bill that Nancy Pelosi brought out today. She's been talking about testing as an imperative. It's a $3 trillion bill. Did you look at how much she had in there for testing? $175 billion. So less than 1% of this bill is what she wants to use for testing. So I think many times it is a talking point. What we want to do is make certain that people are safe, that people are able to get tested. Tennessee is leading the way in that for individuals that want a test. We want to make certain that workplaces are safe, that employers have the ability to create those sanitized environments, that those that are coming into retail establishments, restaurants, entertainment venues know that they're going to be in a safe environment. People want to get back to work.
They do, and do it safely, as you mentioned. So I want to ask you tonight about this news out of the Michael Flynn case. The DOJ recommended the case against him should be dismissed, and now we know the judge in the case has said, hold on just a minute, I'm going to give outside parties and others who may be interested in this case a chance to weigh in and file briefs on their own before I make a decision about what to do next. What do you make of that?
I was a little surprised to hear that he was going to allow the friend of the court briefs and would actually halt this process. DOJ has weighed in. We all know a few things about this. We know somebody cooked up this plot, somebody gave an order, somebody did the dirty work. Michael Flynn paid a price, the Trump administration paid a price, and the American taxpayer has footed the bill, and they're saying, okay, tell me about this, who did this, where is fairness in this, and how did we ever get here? We know that this made its way to the Oval Office. There was a meeting in the Oval Office. Obama and Biden were there, and people want to know who knew what when, who did what. And Shannon, I think it is time for answers, and I found the judge's comments and his action to be very unfortunate.
Do you think that we should get a look at the list of those who It's been declassified now. We're waiting to see if we're going to get it. Those who unmasked General Flynn and others.
People want to know that. And of course, you're going to have General Barr and Rick Grinnell work this out and decide how to approach this. People do want to know what happened and who decided to do this unmasking and who all was unmasked. Who all were they going in and revealing information? Who was the briefer? Not only who was the unmasker, but who was the briefer to the president, since he seemed to know so much about this? And was the Vice President, Joe Biden, involved in that and involved in any of the decision making? I will tell you, at Judiciary Committee, we're going to be able to have some hearings, call some people, issue some subpoenas. I look forward to being able to bring some daylight to this so that the American people will know what happened when you had basically a taxpayer-funded conspiracy that got carried out by the Obama DOJ and FBI, and the taxpayers' money was used to fund all of that.
Well, they have long maintained, the members of the former administration, that they did things above board. We're getting new information, new documents, more coming this week in the Durham report as well. So we will all see. The American people should get a good look at it. We're standing by.
Yes.
Senator, thank you.
Good to be with you. Thank you.